Today we're going to be building an AI article summarizing web extension using JavaScript. As you can see, this article says my top growth stock to buy for 2026. We're going to open the web extension, click summarize. It's kind of just reading the web page really quick. Give it a couple seconds and boom. This article highlights an upcoming EV stock, Rivian, as a top growth investment 2026, drawing comparisons to Tesla's successful strategy, right? And if you read it, it's saying that, honestly, EV stock, right? Just like it said, talking about Tesla as well. And yeah, that's kind of like what it's talking about throughout Rivian, Tesla. Let's go to another article. This one says 4 brilliant growth stocks to buy now and hold for the long term. Same thing, we're going to open the summarizer, click summarize. The article discusses several growth stocks and investment options, highlighting their potential for returns despite some being perceived as overvalued. Key companies mentioned, right? FLR, NASDAQ. Then it talks about the floor company, FLR. I don't really know how to pronounce that, not gonna lie. Open Door Technologies, Amazon, Floor, Open Door Technologies, Amazon. It doesn't talk about this one here, but this is a longer article, so sometimes the summarizer doesn't show the whole article depending on how long it is. The first step in making this web extension is creating a folder. I've already done that. Once you've done that, you're gonna need to create 5 files: manifest.json, content.js, background.js, popup.html, and popup.js. The first thing we're going to start working on is the manifest.json. This file is basically going to be telling Google Chrome what the extension is going to be doing and what version it is, stuff like that. AI article summarizer will be the name. The version is going to be 1.0. Okay, so we've created the manifest.json file. You can see we set the name to be AI article summarizer. The version is 1.0. We gave it a quick description, summarizing articles using AI. We're letting Google Chrome know that the default pop-up will be popup.html and the background script will basically be background.js. Okay. Now we're going to move to content.js, which is going to be a lot of our backend work. Content.js is the file that's actually going to pull the article from the website and summarize it for us. The first thing we need to do is have our extension listen for a request from the user. That request would be them clicking the button summarize. Request sender. So if request get text. So this part here just listens for popup.js asking for the text of the web page or the article that we're going to be looking at. Now let's create a function called get article text. Query selector h1. All right, this is actually getting the first headline or title of the web page. So that's why it's looking for h1. We want to make sure that the article isn't pulling unnecessary text from the header, the footer, the sidebar, or the navigation on the web page. So this part here is going to be used to actually exclude that. We want to make sure that the AI isn't summarizing unnecessary text like the header, the footer, the sidebar, or maybe even on the navigation of the web page. So this part here is meant to exclude that so we can just get the stuff that's actually important to us. All right, so after we've created this thing to exclude all the unnecessary stuff, we're now having the bot go through each like paragraph on the web page. After we've created this part to exclude all the unnecessary text, we wrote this part to just get the paragraphs on the web page and also the parts that are tagged as article, while excluding the stuff that we wrote here, the header, navigation, footer, sidebar. Now we're just going to make one more function to clean the paragraphs and make sure we're ignoring all the other unnecessary text, because we just want this to actually summarize good stuff for us. When I first made it, it was summarizing just a whole bunch of unnecessary information that I wasn't looking for. We're done with our content.js now. We have the function to clean the paragraphs. We have the function to actually get the article text. We're ignoring all of the unnecessary jazz on the web page, right? And we're also reading when the user is clicking summarize and wants to actually get the text on the web page. Now let's move on to popup.html for the actual styling of the pop-up. All right, let's get into it. Title, AI summarizer. We're gonna do some styling. Of course, right? And that's for the body. Yeah, obviously the styling on this HTML web page is completely subjective. So whatever you want to do, you can do that. I'm just doing like this dark mode thing. So I'm having a dark background, light text, stuff like that. All right, we're done with the styling. So you can see that we've customized the heading here, H3. We customized the button coloring. When we are hovering over the button, the container, the actual summary, so the box, and the scroll bar stuff. Now we're gonna go to the body to just put like the text for the button, the title. Yeah, we got H3. It's gonna be centered. Okay, so we have our button. We're gonna need the box now to actually hold the text. Okay, now let's have our script. All right, we're good now. We're done with the pop-up HTML. Mostly styling, as you can see. Very little words, but you guys get the gist of it. Now we're going to move to the popup.js. So if you guys remember, in our content.js, we made this to listen for popup.js asking for text. So now we're just going to make another event listener in popup.js that's actually asking for the text, okay? So we're done with our popup.js. Now we can just move on to our background.js. This is the last thing that we need to work on. This part's going to actually hold the API key for OpenAI, so you're gonna have to go and get that yourself. But yeah, all right, so we have another event listener in our popup.js, so let's create that. So this event listener that we just created is listening for messages in popup.js, and now we're gonna create a function to hold the API key. Like I said, I'm gonna put a placeholder for now, but you guys are gonna have to get your own API key. So yeah. All right, this is the part where we're actually interacting with OpenAI's API. All right, we have a post. We're done with the background.js. This is where you would put your API key. I'm gonna replace this with my API key just so we can test this out, but I'm gonna do this without showing you guys, obviously. All right, API key has been implemented. We're gonna hit load unpacked here and select the folder that is holding our AI article summarizer. All right, it's been implemented. Now let's go back to one of these articles that we have and let's test it out. It's this article summarizer here that says TikTok at the end. I just hit summarize, waiting a couple seconds for it to generate. All right, of course, it's not working for some reason. I don't know why. Let's investigate. It's gotta be an issue with the content, yes. All right, so I thought the extension wasn't working, but it actually is. It's just that I forgot to refresh the web page. Silly mistake. It's almost 4 a.m., but whatever. We're gonna click the AI article summarizer that we just made. We're gonna click summarize, wait a few seconds, boom. Now you see what it says. Stock advisor has provided investors with significant returns, right? The article highlights Rivian as a promising EV company expected to launch. Now let's go here and do it again. Hit summarize on a new website. The article discusses several intriguing growth stocks and investment opportunities. Perfect. Now I'm gonna just look up some random. So the last test we have this article talking about Pump Fund. We're gonna hit summarize and let's see what it's talking about. Pump Fund launched in January 2024 by pseudonymous Elon has quickly became a leading decentralized launchpad in the Solana blockchain ecosystem, focusing on meme coin creation and trading. So there you have it. That's how you make an AI article summarizing web extension using JavaScript. It's pretty simple, but this tool is super useful, especially if you're trying to read articles on certain investments, stuff like that. Whatever you want to read articles for, maybe you need it for school or just any type of research. I hope y'all learned something today and enjoyed this video. Stay safe. Peace.